So last time we came to Japan, we booked these Wi-Fi hotspots from Ninja Wi-Fi, and we had a lot of questions about it. So we thought we would update the video and give you some more information about these hotspots. It's Ninja Wi-Fi or Global Wi-Fi too is what you'll see at the stations and what the device says.
This time it looks a little bit different because last time when we got it, it would look like a cell phone.
Yeah.
A smartphone, but this time it's just like a little, it looks like, what do you call it? A charging device.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit.
with a screen. I like this better than the phone that we got last time.
I like them both, but yeah, so they're both like really slim. I think they like try to update it all the time, so by the time you get one, it probably looks different again.
Yeah.
But basically, it's pretty slim like this, and it has a screen in front, and it's very simple. All you have to do is just swipe up to unlock it, and then you'll see your data usage. It gives you your Wi-Fi network name and then the password, like right on the front page. So all your information is right there. The next page over, we haven't even looked at this, but it's top up data, trouble connecting, network optimization, and there's like more options like order details, connections, flow protection, but you probably won't even need to use those things. Like we haven't even looked at that. All we do is just turn this thing on and then, connect to our phone.
Yeah, so you turn it on and it'll tell you what the network name is. Then obviously you go to your phone and you look for the network, and right below is the password. And that's it. Like, because we got a lot of questions like, well, how do you connect it?
Yeah.
Like, that's how simple it is.
Yeah. The power button, I think we had to hold it for a little bit,
Yes.
for a few seconds, and then it turns on. And then it takes some time to like
load.
read the environment and connect properly. So then give it some time, maybe like a minute or two for it to, load up. And then once it loads up, then you start seeing all your information. There's the data usage. And then right below that, it gives you the network name. So for example, this one is Global Wi-Fi _. There's some numbers and some letters. And then so you find that on your phone or your laptop. You go to your Wi-Fi and look up network names and find the one that matches on your device. Right below the network name is the password. So all you have to do is just input those numbers as your password in your device, and then it's connected. Like that's how simple it is.
You're probably wondering why we each got one. So we decided this time to also try different approaches of how we book and pick up the devices. So both of them were booked online in advance. You can book it when you arrive at the airport, but we liked the peace of mind and reserving the device ahead of time, which they make it really simple to do online. So I reserved mine for pickup at Narita Airport, and Crystal reserved hers to pick up at this hotel that we're actually staying at. So we had two different pickup locations. So when I got to the airport and I arrived, it was so easy. Like we flew in with JAL, and right when we got out of customs, the counter was right in front of us. Walked up to the counter. They asked for the email address and the reservation number. So not email address, they asked for the reservation number. So I just showed them, I went through my email, which also the airport we're at, which is Narita Airport, there's free Wi-Fi. So I was able to open up my emails, and I just showed her the number. She was like, okay. And she basically just turned around to her little counter and was like, yep, we got it right here. You gave it to us. And she opened up the case, which looks like this. So the device was in the case like this. And she was like, okay, here you go. Just turn on the power, and password is there. And that was it. I was like, oh, okay. And then she just handed me this. And this is information, our reservation information. It has the contract information here. And all that is explained online, like when you pick it up, where you want to drop it off. So for mine, pickup was the airport, and I also want to drop it off at the airport. So when you drop it off at the airport, you go to the same counter, and then you don't have to actually speak to someone. There is a drop box there, and you can just drop the device in the drop box. So yeah, that's how simple it is. It's a very simple process, worry-free. And Crystal will tell you how she picked up hers.
Yeah, so I had mine delivered to the hotel. So as soon as I checked in, I asked if there was a package for me from Global Wi-Fi or Ninja Wi-Fi. And sure enough, they checked, their whatever back there, their secret stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, we do have something. So it came in a nice package like this, and I had to sign for it as well, so they know that I did receive it. All the information was correct. It was under my name, this hotel. Then I opened the package, same thing. I got the same pouch as Candy with the device and also the charging cable, which this is actually USB-C, so it's, the regular USB plug in here, and then the USB-C on the other side. But this charger actually came with another USB charge port. So that was actually came in handy for Candy, especially because she forgot her little cube. So she's like, oh, can I borrow yours? And I was like, actually, you can just use this other port here, which we both have been using. So that's been really handy. Also within here, if you can't figure it out on how to connect, which I don't know why you wouldn't be able to, but they do have some instructions too. So you can use this to, go through and make sure that you're doing everything right. It actually explains too what everything is, like the settings page and all that. If you really wanted to get into all the details, they do explain it in this information pamphlets here. Also, I think they have like a phone number that they provide as well if you have like really major problems.
Like if the device is broke or something. Yeah.
So I'm sure, they'll be more than happy to help you. They have a customer support center. There's an email there, info@ninjawifi.com. So the plan that we have, it's unlimited, but up to 4 gigs is the high-speed internet. So once you pass the 4 gigs, then it slows down the speed, and you can still, so it's unlimited in that sense. Like you have Wi-Fi all the time, but if you cross that threshold of 4 gigs, then your Wi-Fi speed slows down.
Does that recount daily?
Yes.
Okay.
It's daily.
It resets, right? The next day. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So 24 hours. So so just keep that in mind too. So if you're uploading videos all the time, like we were, we did actually go over the 4 gig threshold.
Well, I didn't yet, so.
Yeah.
She did though.
Yeah, so this is where it gets tricky because I think we both have our own devices, but I think at some point...
Sometimes I connect to hers.
Yeah, at some point we were both connected to one device. So then we were both streaming or uploading. So of course that takes up more gigs.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, if you don't have to use it, or if there's Wi-Fi somewhere else, try to connect to that. If you're going to be, especially if you're going to be viewing videos, which most likely you will be because, that's what people do nowadays, is just watch videos or upload videos on their phones. So keep that in mind. But usually 4 gigs a day is plenty. Actually, between the two of us, now we have 2 devices. We have 8 gigs a day. So it's definitely more than enough data.
And the device will tell you too on the display, how much you've used.
Yeah.
So you can keep track that way.
Yeah, so for example, right now we've used 1.86 gigs, so we still have 2 gigs.
I wonder how much I've used today.
Left.
Let's see, I've used
0. So
really?
That means Candy has been using mine.
That is so weird. I've been using yours. I thought it was connected to mine.
Most likely, yeah. So that's what we're talking about. But again, we usually have just one device between the two of us anyway, so it's usually not a problem. So super simple device, really easy to use, very fast Wi-Fi. Highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it because the main reason why we use this is when we're traveling, looking up train times and train travel maps, and when we're on the streets looking for directions. Because once you're in the city, in and around the streets, it'll be hard to find free Wi-Fi. I mean, you don't want to jump into a cafe just to figure out where you're going. So being able to be, on your maps and walking around without having to jump into a cafe to look for free Wi-Fi. That is the main reason why we like to have this, because we're constantly moving around and going to new locations.
Okay, well, I hope this review helped you out. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.
Bye.